the very important topic, which is 3 T's. So what are the 3 T's? Elasticity, scalability, and high availability. So let's talk on that today. Okay. Nice. Good. Okay, Nana. So let's talk about the first topic here, elasticity. Elasticity. Okay, so you have to answer me, guys. See here. Whenever we talk about elasticity, okay, whenever you heard about elasticity, what is the first thing that you get in your mind? Generally, elasticity or elastic. If I say the word called elastic, what is the first thing that you get in your mind? What do you explain? What is the thing that you online people answer? Rubber band, no? Yes or no? Rubber band. Everyone have that. Whenever we talk about elastic, the first thing that we get in our mind is rubber band. Rubber band, no? Rubber band. So, okay. If I give you a rubber band in your hands, what will you do? What will you do? You'll stretch it, no? What will you do? You will stretch it. So generally, everyone will stretch it, and then they just leave it. Okay. But there are few psycho people will be there, no? What they do is they'll stretch it and they leave it on some other's hand. Okay. I was also sometimes psycho. Sure, everyone did the same thing, no? Everyone did, right? So you stretch it, the rubber band, and then you hit it in the other's hand. Okay, so the first thing that we get when we talk about elasticity is rubber band. So what do we do with the rubber band? We stretch it and we release it. Yes or no? We stretch it and then we release it. Nana, will you stretch it for longer period of time, only for shorter period of time? Shorter, will you keep on stretching it? No. So whenever there is a demand or whenever there is a mood to stretch the rubber band, you stretch it and then you just leave it. Similarly here also in infrastructure. Okay, let me draw the diagram. So whenever I draw this diagram like this, what is this? What is this? Load balancer. Okay, these are what, Nana? EC2 instances. What are these? EC2 instances. So this is load balancer and these are EC2 instances. Okay. So every EC2 instance here, what should we have? We have application, right? We should have application here. Okay. So now load balancer. Now what is the definition of load balancer? Which distribute the traffic to the multiple servers in the backend. So everyone knows this now, correct? Well, let's say, for example, every EC2 instance has a size called 4 GB RAM. How much size, Nana? How much memory it has? 4 GB RAM. Okay, now see. Now I have an application. Chitty, now I have an application which how many servers? How many servers? 3 servers. And what is this? What is the RAM for the each server? 4 GB RAM. Okay, now you got a huge traffic on your load balancer. Okay, you got huge traffic on this load balancer. Those 3 servers or 3 instances will be sufficient? Yes or no? Definitely no. So now, and everyone started accessing your application, and only we have 3 servers, and these 3 servers are definitely, it's not sufficient for us. So what we need to do in that case? What? Increase the number of servers. Yes or no? 3 will be sufficient now. No, if you get huge traffic, now what we do? You'll go for 4, 5, 6, 7. So automatically you increase the number of servers. Guys, what are you doing with the rubber band? You are increasing it. I mean, you are stretching it. Here also the same thing. Elasticity meaning you are stretching the infrastructure. Whenever there is a demand, whenever there is a huge load on your load balancer, you are stretching the infrastructure. And whenever there is no need, let's say now there is no load, what will you do? You'll release it back. You're getting it. Whenever there is a demand, whenever there is necessity, you are increasing the number of servers. And whenever there is no demand, you are decreasing the number of servers. What are you doing? You are increasing the number of servers, decreasing the number of servers. You're getting that point. Here, now there is another question. Now, if you got a huge traffic, will you increase in the runtime? Will you increase from 4 GB to 8 GB on the spot? No. Because everyone will start accessing, if you want to increase, you need to stop that server. Will you do it? Will you increase the capacity of the server? No. What are you doing? You're increasing the number of servers. You're adding the new servers. Whenever there is a runtime, this is in the runtime. That meaning people are accessing your application. Whenever people are accessing your application and 3 servers are not sufficient, what will you do? You are increasing the number of servers. And whenever there is no demand, decrease the number of servers. Let's say, for example, so what we have, let's say, on Fridays, we'll have sale, no? Big Friday, no? Big Billion Day. Flipkart, Amazon will have sales, no? So Diwali sale, Sankranti sale, Christmas sale, right? Let's say, for example, next Friday, there is a big sale in Flipkart. And assume Flipkart is using only 10 machines in the backend. But on Friday, these 10 machines are sufficient because they will get a huge load on that day. So these 10 servers will become 100 servers on that day. You are increasing the number of servers. Now, Friday is done. Do you need Saturday these many 100 servers? And come back with the normal 10 servers. Whenever there is a need, you're increasing the number of servers. Whenever there is no need, you are decreasing the number of servers. What is that called? Elasticity. What is that called? Elasticity. You're getting it? So I'll start with this here. Elasticity meaning increasing or decreasing the number of servers. I'm writing here. Increasing or decreasing the number of servers based on the demand. Okay, you got this? You got this? So this elasticity short term or long term? Short term only, no? So will you keep on? We have the requirement on Friday. Do you keep till Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and all? No. Whenever there is a need, increasing the number of servers. Whenever there is no need, decrease it. So it is short term or long term? It is short term. Elasticity is short term. Okay, now. So now you understood what is the concept of elasticity, right? What the concept of elasticity and how do you achieve this elasticity in AWS? That is the question here. Now we understood what is elasticity. What is elasticity? Increasing or decreasing the number of servers based on the load. We call it elasticity. But how do you achieve this elasticity in AWS? So elasticity is achieved in AWS by using a concept called auto scaling. What is that? Louder. Auto scaling. What is that? Auto scaling. Bhaskar, no. Answer is no. So elasticity can be achieved in AWS using auto scaling. Auto scaling. So if someone asks you what is auto scaling, then you should say scale out and scale in. What is it, Nana? Louder. What is that? Scale out, scale in. See here, guys, everyone. We know what is elasticity. Elasticity meaning increasing or decreasing the number of servers based on the demand. And now here, how do you achieve this elasticity in AWS? Using what? Auto scaling. Using what? Auto scaling. And if someone asks you what is auto scaling, then what should show? It is scale out and scale in. So here scale out meaning increasing the number of servers. Scale in meaning decreasing the number of servers. So first you need to say scale out and then Scale in. Scale out meaning increasing or decreasing? Increasing. Scale in meaning decreasing. So online people, you can put namaste. Okay. Join your hands together and then take your hands far away. That is called scale out. That meaning these many servers you have. And whenever there is no demand, so join your hands together. What is that called? Scale in. So decreasing the number of servers. So whenever there is a demand, increase the number of servers. That is called scale out, and decrease the number of servers. That is called scale in. So auto scaling meaning what? Scale out, scale in. You understand? So scale out meaning what, Nana? Increasing or decreasing? Increasing. Scale in meaning decreasing. So also can we call scale out meaning adding, and scale in meaning remove. Removing what? Servers. You understand? So here, whenever there is a huge demand, automatically the servers will get launched like this with your application inside it. So automatically the server should be launched. Application. So this also should be 4 GB RAM. You understand? And whenever there is no demand, do you need these many servers? Not required. Remove it off. Okay. What do you want me to repeat, Supriya? Just tell me exactly where is the topic. Okay, now let me ask you this question. So what is elasticity? Increasing or decreasing the number of servers based on the demand. And how do you achieve this elasticity in AWS? Using auto scaling. What is that? Auto scaling. Nana, what is auto scaling? Scale out to scale in. Scale out meaning increasing or decreasing? Increasing. Scale in meaning? That's what I said. See, Kritika, very good. That one. So scale out and then scale in. Very good. Thank you. Okay, now, Nana, this elasticity is also called as horizontal scaling. What is that? Elasticity is also called as horizontal scaling. Okay, now I'll ask you one question. You should answer it, Nana. Okay. In this EC2 instances, what is the memory that you have? 4 GB RAM. How much? Is for that entire all EC2 instances, is it good to have same GB RAM or different GB RAMs? Which one? Same only, no? So now you just think, for one server you're putting 8 GB, one server you're putting 2 GB, another server you're putting 32 GB, another server you're putting 16 GB. Is that good to put like that? No, one customer who is connected to your 32 GB RAM server, you will get super speed. But one customer who is connected to the 2 GB RAM will get speed. Will get slow. So is it good to have in auto scaling in this group? What is this group called? Auto scaling group. What is this group called? Auto scaling group. In this group, is it good to have same capacity, same RAM or different RAM? Same. So we'll use the same capacity. Use the same capacity of the servers in auto scaling group, in this group. Anna, can I call this as a auto scaling group? Yes. This entire thing we call, in shortcut, I call it as ASG. ASG meaning auto scaling group. Now clear? Is it clear till here, everyone? Online, CC? Super. So do you all agree in this requirement? Do you all agree to increase the number of servers or increase the capacity of the server? Increase the number of servers. Increase the capacity of the server meaning 4 GB to 8 GB RAM. Will you increase it in the runtime? No. So in this scenario, you are increasing the number of servers. And now let's see here what is, that is elasticity. And here now, let's talk about scalability. What is our next T? Scalability. Now, let me give one real-time scenario. No, see, this is, let's say this is one server. This is one server. Assume this is one DB server. You know what is DB server? What is DB server? Database server. What does the database server contain? Databases. Let's say it has 100 databases. How many? 100 databases inside it. And then it has some 10 terabytes of size. Huge size. And it is using 8 GB RAM. 8 GB RAM. Okay. Now, everyone started connecting to this database server. Everyone started connecting to the database server, and the database server is in stress now. So if you get huge traffic on the database server, will that perform nicely? No, it will go down, right? So now you tell me, now everyone says that your database server performance is really bad. What will you do now? Everyone says that database is slow. What will you do in this case? Louder. What is that? Two things here. You will be increasing the number of servers. You will increase the capacity of the server. Excellent. Capacity of the server. Because that is bloody database, no? How many databases are there? 100 database. Can you have another server to book just like that? No. Right? Here you are increasing the capacity of the server. From 8 GB RAM, you are increasing to, let's say, for example, some 30 GB RAM. Can I increase it? Yes, I'm increasing the capacity of the server here. 32 GB RAM. Now you understood? Here in this case, you're adding a new server or increasing the capacity of the server? Increasing the capacity of the server. So if you're increasing the capacity of the server, that is called scalability. That is called what? Scalability. If someone asks you what is scalability, what do you say? Increasing the capacity of the server is called scalability. Clear? Let me write. So increasing the capacity of the server is called scalability. So in other words, scalability is equal to scale up, scale down. What is this called? Scale up, scale down. What is scalability? Scale up, scale down. So now you have how much? 8 GB RAM. Is it sufficient if you get a huge data, huge load? No, what are you doing? You are scaling up. Scale up. What is scale up meaning? Increasing the capacity of the server is called scale up. Now let's say project is over. No one is using it. Do you need that 30 GB RAM for the server? No. What do you do? Scale down to 8 GB. Whenever is required, scale up. Whenever there is not required, scale down. Now, what is the other one? Auto scaling meaning scale out, scale in. But scalability, scale up, scale down. So should not confuse. Okay. So put scale out, scalability. I mean, the auto scaling meaning scale out, scale in. Scalability meaning scale up, scale down. Clear? Getting it? So now you tell me this scalability short term or long term? Scalability. Okay, you say short term, for example. I'll make you answer. Now there's a huge project for me. You are handling the database server. The database server size is 8 GB RAM. Now all the employees, some 500 employees started connecting to it. And then everyone complained you saying that your database is slow. Now we have increased from 8 GB to 32 GB RAM. Will you decrease that to 8 GB again next day? Will you decrease it next day? Day after tomorrow? 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 10 days? And then short term or long term? Understood? So scalability is long term, because this guy, once you have scaled up, that meaning due to requirement only you scaled up. No, everyone started shouting, "Arey, this server is very slow, re." For that reason, you have increased to 30 GB RAM. Will you decrease it again? If you decrease, what will happen? Again, people will shout at you. Yes or no? Right? You understood? So scalability is long term. And scalability is also called as vertical scaling. Scalability is also called as what scaling, Nana? Vertical scaling. Is it clear till here, everyone? Online? Non-IT? Nana, for you also, everyone? Okay. If you stop writing, I'll ask you questions, you answer it, and then I'll move to the next one. Okay. So what is elasticity? Increasing or decreasing the number of servers based on the demand. How do you achieve elasticity in AWS? Using auto scaling. Or what is auto scaling? Scale out, scaling. Scale out meaning adding or removing a. Scale in meaning removing. So this scalability short term or long term? Short term. What is a scalability? Elasticity is also called as horizontal scaling. So what is scalability? Increasing the capacity of the service is called scalability. So in another word, scalability is equal to scale up, scale down, scale up, scale down. Scalability short term or long term? What is scalability in other words called? Vertical scaling. Clear? Cool. What is our next T? This is more important now. High availability. Yeah, I'll give time at the last sign up. Don't worry. Lokesh. Nanas, high availability. You tell me first of all, in your mind, high availability meaning what do you get in your mind first? Which is available anytime. Super, very good. High availability meaning which is available anytime. So let's say, for example, Google website always available. Facebook. Okay. IRCTC. Now you flipped, right? Yes or no? Some people say yes, some people say no. Okay, because the service is available for you whenever you want. Whenever you want, it will be available. But whenever sometime you're booking some Tatkal tickets or something, all of a sudden you get service unavailable. So that is highly available for you? No. Let's say, for example, at midnight, 12 o'clock, banking websites, highly available. What are you doing at that time? 12 o'clock. How do you know? So, okay, so those are highly available or not? No, because they're doing some maintenance, right? Okay, now, if it is anytime available, okay, the period of, okay, the service, any service you take, Nana, you take website, you take anything, any service that is always available for you is called high availability. If it is not available, what is that called? Not available. If it is not available, then what is it called? Downtime. What is that called? Downtime. So that is a word that you should be using as an IT guy, right? If the service is not available for you, that is called downtime. If the service is always available for you, that is called high availability. So now let's say, for example, now you are easily saying Google highly available, Facebook highly available, Instagram highly available, right? Okay, IRCT not available. Nana, that is someone is maintaining it, someone is hosted, someone is maintaining it. Let's say, for example, Later, you have joined some company. It is your application accessed by your customer. And your customer also will say the same thing. If your application is always available for him, it is highly available. If your application is not available for 5 minutes also, what he'll say? Downtime. Your application is not working. We are providing the services to him now at that time? No. If you're not providing the services at the time, that is called downtime. You understand the difference between high availability and downtime? Super. So now I'll write what is the high availability here. The period of time the service is available to the customer is called HA. What is HA? High availability. In shortcut, we can call it as HA. And the period of time the service is not available is called super. It's called downtime. Okay. Okay. Another one here. High availability is measured in what? Okay. Let me put you this question like this. Google is always available for, how much time? 24/7. So, okay, I should answer that. How much percentage? 100%. How much? IRCTC? Huh? Oh, you're 50%. Okay, 90%. So now, okay, Facebook, 100%. Okay. So banking websites, 95%. So you're decreasing the percentage. So now can we say that high availability is measured in percentage? Yes, high availability is measured in what? Percentage. Now you are handling one application called boom.com, for example. Boom.com, right? So only boom, not boom boom. Okay, only boom. So let's have, so you are handling application called boom.com, for example. And if is and to customer, how much percentage that you should give the availability? You should give how much? 100. Is it possible to give 100% high availability? If Pusuk, if customer is trying to access something and it is not available, even this much light also, can you say 100% availability? So is it possible to give 100%? No. It's possible. So 100% you cannot give it, but 99.9999999 you can give. Okay. Boom is finance company, and that is my company only. Okay. All right. Okay, now. So now let me take one real-time example in I'll. Okay. So what is your name? Ali. I used you already. Now what is your name? Shiva. Shiva. So let's take Shiva. But I should really appreciate you. I saw your tag HDFC. You're from HDFC. Very good. See, these guys are banking people also. Oh, but sorry, I said banking people night not available. So don't get hurted. Okay, so now let's say our friend here, Shiva, who is working in HDFC Bank. So we good to see you here, right? Not only IT people. So now who are working in the banks also, they have started learning AWS. This is really nice. Really nice. Okay, Nana. So now Shiva, our friend here, asked, sir, I have one application. Can you please put it into one server and give me the URL? So what I did, I said, sure. I went and set up one server here. And then what I did here I installed application and website name is, oh, even police also. Nice, Bhaskar Reddy. Very good. So AWS is everywhere, global. Very nice. Good to see you, Bhaskar. Okay, so and every server will have its own IP address. Every server will have the IP address or not? Yes, every server will have the IP address. Let's say, for example, this IP address is 192.168.10.20. Give some random IP. Okay. This is called server 1. Okay, so now I set up this server to Shiva, and this is how I gave to Shiva. Shiva, take the URL http://index.html. Tell me, is he interested to access his application using this URL? Huh? Shiva, tell me, yes or no? No. Everyone need to have a fancy URL, no? Facebook.com, and then something, Google.com and all. Emma? What Snapper? Snap.com. Okay. Oh, that Snapchat. Okay. Okay. Snap.com. Okay. Basically, everyone likes to have a nice domain name, correct? But is it good to give that kind of URL to Shiva? No. If I give this URL to Shiva, he will take out the chain. Right? So those who know Telugu audience, they know this. Okay. So the thing is, he said, sir, no problem, sir. You are our Riaz, sir. No problem. I'll access it. No problem. I'll access it. So all of a sudden, when he started accessing it, the URL is not working. And then he called me saying that, Riaz, sir, what happened? The URL is not working. So when I went and checked, this server is Dhamal. It's gone. This server is gone. So what do I do now? Immediately, I went and set up one more server. Yes or no? Yes. Server 1 or server 2? Server 2. And should I put application inside it? Yes. Question here is, will you put same application or different application? Same application or different? Same. You should be very confident. Same or different? Same. So IP is different or same? IP address. For every server, IP address will be same or different? Different. So 192.168.10. For example, 21. Now I gave this Shiva. This time, not only one URL, you have now two URLs. If first one goes down, go with the second one. Is it good to give like this? Is it good to give like this? For one application, how many URLs are there now? 2. Now this time I said, okay, Shiva, you don't put that kind of face. I'll give you now 3 servers now. How many? 3 servers. Server 3. And what do I have here? Application. And I'm keeping the same application or different application? Very good. I need to have a same application, and IP is different. So what is this IP address? 192.168.10.22, for example. And now I said, go with this. Shiva, now you have 3 URLs. For one application, I have given how many URLs? Nana, let's say you are accessing Facebook.com. If that Facebook guy, if he is he's giving you 3 URLs with IP address to access the application, are you interested? So is it a good way that I should give 3 URLs with IP address to Shiva as a customer? Definitely no. What I need to have? So here Shiva is expecting a nice domain name. Yes or no? So what I need to have in between here? What I need to have here? Load balancer. What I need to have, Nana? Load balancer. Super. I have a load balancer. I create a load balancer, and load balancer can send the traffic to multiple servers. So when I create a load balancer, can I give the DNS name for the load balancer? Yes, I can give the DNS name. So this is LB load balancer. So Nana, here I'll give Chitty, I'll give the DNS name. So the DNS name will be like this: http://shiva.com. So now, if now Shiva has access, guys, here. Now, when Shiva accesses application, the request will go to which server first? First, he'll go to load balancer. Load balancer will send the traffic to first server. And second guy started accessing the request will go to second, third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. What is that method called? What is that method called? Round robin method. What method? Round robin method. Round robin method meaning 1, 2, 3. Again 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm not teaching dance steps. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So first request will go to the first server. Second request will go to the second. Third request will go to the third. Fourth will go to first. Fifth will go to sixth. Will go to third. Like this continuously. A load balancer will send the traffic to multiple servers like this. I mean, in round robin method. You're getting? Is this clear till here, everyone? Okay. Now, so we are keeping the same application or different application? Same application, no? So same application, can I call it like this? Keeping the same application, can I call it as redundancy? Okay. Redundancy. What is that called? Redundancy. What is that called, everyone? Louder. What is that? Redundancy. Redundancy meaning what? Having the same application in multiple servers, or else duplicate. What is redundancy called? Duplicate. Getting, Nana? Okay. Now. Okay. So, let's say if first server went down, the load balancer will send the request to the first server. The load balancer will send the request to which server? Second server. Will it send it to first server? No. Why? Because first server is down. How does the load balancer know the first server is down? Question, no? How does the first server, how does the load balancer know the first server is down? So guys, here that meaning load balancer need to go and do the monitoring, no? The load balancer has to go to each and several say that, hey, are you alive or dead? Are you there or not? Now question for you here is think and answer. So load balancer will be doing the monitoring to the server or to the application. Huh? Yes, tell me. Server or application? Huh? Louder. Okay, you said server. Okay, I'll give you one scenario. So you have the server machine. Guys, sometimes the server will be up, but inside application will be down. So if you are monitoring the server, your application is down, then what is the use? So will you monitor the server or application? Application. That is the interview question. So load balancer will be doing the monitoring for the server or for application. So if you're directly hitting the application, let's say what is the application that we have? Index.html, no? So load balancer will do the health checks. What checks? Health checks. So load balancer will do the health checks to the application. Hey, index.html, knock knock, are you there? And index.html is, if it is alive, then it will send what request? What is the status code that it will reply? Which one? 200. Remember, in our basics we have learned, if page is not found, what is the status code? 404. If page found, 200. So our application will give the response code as 200. So if you get the load balancer, get the 200 status code, then load balancer will think, yes, this is alive. If it is not getting 200, healthy or unhealthy? Unhealthy. If you get 200, healthy. Otherwise, non-healthy. Not healthy. So here we have healthy or not healthy. Not healthy or not healthy. So now you tell me. So load balancer is doing the monitoring to the application using what? Health checks. Using what, Nana? health check. What is the status code that you expect? 200. So load balancer doing the health checks to what? To application. Application here is index.html. So load balancer will do every 30 seconds. Load balancer will go and check. Hey server 1, index.html is working or not. Every 30 seconds it will go and check. So if index.html is not giving any response, then that server is healthy or unhealthy? Unhealthy or not healthy. Then load balancer will send the request to that. It will not send. Getting it? So here, can we say we need to have monitoring? Do you understand what is monitoring now? Tell me, load balancer will do the health checks to the application or to the server? Very good. Load balancer will do the health checks to the application, not servers. And who is doing monitoring? Load balancer or not? Who is doing monitoring, Nana? Load balancer is doing monitoring using health checks. Using what? Health checks. You getting it? Is it clear, Nana? I'll give time to take the snap later once I complete all this. Huh? Okay, so if first server goes down, load balancer will send the request to the first server? No. If the second server goes down, load balancer will send this to the second server? It will send it to the third server. Yes or no? If one server is not working, another server is taking the request. If that server is not working, another server is taking the request. Nana, what is that called? Failover. What is that called? If one server goes down, other server will take the request. What is that called? Failover. What is that called? Failover. Now, who is doing the failover here? Load balancer is doing the failover. So load balancer will understand, no, if the first server goes down. So who is doing the failover here? Load balancer is doing the failover. If first server goes down, load balancer will get to know that that is not healthy. Then the load balancer will send the request to the second server. So who is doing the failover here? Load balancer is doing the failover. Fantastic. Very good, Monish. Nana, if you want to achieve high availability, so we need to have these three things. So if you need to achieve the high availability, what are the three rules that you need to follow? Redundancy, monitoring, failover. In shortcut, call it as RMF. What is that? What is that? Say that what is RMF? Redundancy, monitor, failover. Okay. First one, what is redundancy? Okay, now redundancy meaning keeping the application on same application on the multiple servers. So if there is no redundancy, can you achieve high availability? Minimum, how many servers needed to achieve high availability? Minimum. Minimum? How many? Louder. 2. Very good. Minimum, how many? If you have only one thing, do you have high availability? No, minimum, how many do you have? 2. Can you have 3 also? 4 also? 5 also? How many ever you want, you can have. But minimum, how many? Minimum at least 2. So in this 2, you need to keep the same application or different application? Same applications. What is that called? Redundancy. Monitoring meaning whether we need to check application is working or not. That is called monitoring. Who is doing monitoring, Nana? Load balancer is doing monitoring. Load balancer is doing the monitoring for your application or server? Application. Using health checks. Using what? Health checks. Super. So I'll write it for you here. Redundancy. What is redundancy? Can I call it as duplicate? Having same application on different machines. Monitoring. So who will do the monitoring? Load balancer. Load balancer will check if application is reachable or not. are not using health checks. What is the status code that load balancer will expect? 200. Super, super. And then we have failover. Who is doing failover, Nana? Load balancer. What is failover? If one server goes down, other server will take the requests sent by load balance. Chitty, is this clear? Till here, everyone? What is high availability? So remember, if you are setting up any application in AWS or for your customers, definitely this high availability is mandatory to have. Yes or no? So is it good for your customers to give downtime? No, you should give always high availability. Okay, let's say for example. Okay, so now is it clear till here? Hi, Damodar. Is it clear till here, everyone? Okay, super. Now I'll ask you one question. Think and answer. Ready? Ready? Louder. Okay. You got a huge traffic on this server. You got a huge traffic on this load balancer. So assume that the first server went down. The request will go to the your request will go to the second server. Your application is working? Yes. If this goes down, and if this goes down, your application is working? Yes or no? So your application will not be working. So just assume in your real-time in production environment, your all servers are down, your application not working. Very dangerous position or not? Yes. So keep this in mind. We have very important topic, which is very useful for you. That is called wet cloth. What is that? What is that, Nana? Louder. Yes. So what you need to do is, when you have this kind of scenario where all servers went down, you will get a lot of frustration, right? It's a very big risk. So take one good cotton cloth, put it in water and put it on a head. You will feel relaxed. You thought that was a topic? No, it's not a topic. Okay. So guys, what I said was, so this was really necessary. Sometimes when you get this kind of scenarios, that is very necessary. Take aram se take, your head has to be very wet and then cool. Don't panic. Okay. Okay. Now the real question here is, now you tell me, if all servers are down, definitely your application will not be working. Now tell me what you can implement on top of it to make sure your application is always working. We have already learned this topic in before trained. What you need to implement here to make sure your application will never go down. On top of it, what we can implement? What is that? How do you achieve elasticity in AWS? Using auto scaling. So what we can implement here? Auto scaling. What we can implement? Auto scaling. Fantastic. So here we have auto scaling. So guys, so auto scaling we can implement. So auto scaling meaning, fatafat if it launch a new EC2 instances, servers, fatafat it will decrease. Whenever there is a load, automatically increase. Whenever there is no load, automatically decrease. So your application will be always working when you have auto scaling group. So now tell me, will you achieve zero downtime using auto scaling? Yes. So if you want to have a zero downtime for your application, what is the concept that you should use? Auto scaling. Very good. So zero downtime. So zero downtime meaning, how do you achieve, Nana? Using auto scaling. And also you can also call it as fault tolerance. If you're achieving zero downtime, what is that called? Fault tolerance. What is it called, Nana? Louder. Fault tolerance you need to call. Is it clear? Everyone, is it clear till here? Okay. Should we play a small game? So what I'll do is I'll show you a few diagrams. Okay. I'll show you a few diagrams. And you see the diagram, I need to tell me what concept is that and whether that is highly available architecture or not. Yes or no? So, Anna, if you want to have a high availability, what are the 3 rules that you should use? RMF. What are those? Redundancy, monitoring, failover. So redundancy meaning you need to have the multiple servers with the same application. If it is only one server, will you have high availability? No. Any architecture, if you see only one server, do you get a high availability? No. Okay. Now you tell me. And also, okay, let me show you those diagrams. Aja. Okay. So, do you see this? Guys, how high availability is such a very important thing is like this. You know, right? I don't like to go with the PPTs. Okay. So, but for a couple of minutes, I'm using this. See, how high availability is very important to a company. You know who is CEO? Chief Executive Officer, head of the company, right? CEO. Let's say CEO says that he will strongly say that we don't lose sales. What he'll say? We don't lose sales. When do we lose sales? Exactly. When customer is not happy. When does the customer will not happy? The services that you are providing is not available. That meaning if you have a downtime, then your customer will feel unhappy. So how do you achieve zero downtime? Using what? Auto scaling. So can we set up high availability? Yes. If you have a high availability, will your application will go down? No. If your application is not going down, your customer will be happy or unhappy? Happy. So if customer is happy, you lose sales, you don't lose. So we don't lose sales. Why he's saying this? Because CEO in his back in his mind, he has a high availability concept. He has a very good confidence that my guys have the entire infrastructure based on high availability. Okay. So, and now sales. Okay. Let's say, for example, I'm a sales guy. You are a customer. I went to Shiva, and I gave 2 hands to him. I said, on the right hand side, you have the application with 10 rupees. How much you need to pay for this application? 10 rupees. On the left hand side, I have application with 100 rupees. Same application. But right hand side 10 rupees, left hand side 100 rupees. And Shiva will ask, what is the benefit of having other 100 rupees here? What is the pro? So I'll say that this is with the high availability. First one is with not high availability. Now tell me, Shiva, which one will choose? 10 or 100? See, he's choosing what? 100. So guys, that meaning he's ready to pay more money because he need to have a high availability. I'm also getting more money. Yes, he's also willing to pay more money. I'm also getting more business. So that means you see, understand how high availability is important to the company and to the customer. Yes, it is very important. Customers is always ready to pay more money, but the services that you're providing to the customer should be always available. Always available. Account managers, account also manager. Who are account managers? Account managers meaning in your company, we have so many customers will be there, no, for your company. So for each customer, there will be account manager. Okay. And this account manager will say, we don't upset our customer often. When does the customer will get upset? If the services are not available. If you have high availability, will your customer will get upset? No. So what is in back of his mind for account manager? High availability. And developers also say that we can be proud our services are working. You know, developers, right? Who is developers? Who write Java code, right? So now you tell me, you saw a nice, super website in internet. Will you say that, wah, kya coding kiya hai? Will you say this? Will you say this? Tell me honestly. You saw a nice website. Will you say that, wow, who is a developer? What kind of development he has done? We don't say, we just watch. That's it. Our application, that application is working or not, that is what we need. Will you say that, kya develop kiya re bolge? No, you don't say, right? You'll just using it. So guys, the thing is here, developers will develop the application. Who are the guys who will be hosting and maintaining that application in AWS? It's you. So you are the guy who will be maintaining the application in high availability. That's why if the application is always available to the customer, then only he will be happy, and then only the developers will also be happy. Guys, whatever big developer, super developer also, he develop a nice application. If that application is not available to customer, is there any use? No use, no. There's no use. And depend upon high availability. Okay. And system engineering, you get any problems? Fatafat, you are in high availability, in auto scaling, you are tap increasing the number of servers, tap decreasing the number of servers. System engineers will go do and repair. No repairs. High availability. And technical support people, they'll get calls now. This is not working, that is not appearing. No more calls. No more Sujana Tinavara. No more calls. Okay, no more calls. Okay, so now, and see here, okay, now you have your application which is accessed by your customer. Guys, if your application is down for 36 days, how many days? In 1 year, how many days we will be down? 36 days. Is that good? That means you are providing how much percentage? 90%. You are giving 90% high availability. But how many days are down? 36 days. Customer is happy? No. If you say that, are 18 days, right? If you're providing 18 days down, you're taking 18,000, how much percentage it is? 95. Okay, your customer, are at least 3 days. My application will be down in the entire year 3 days. Your customer will be okay for 3 days. If you're providing 3 days, that is 99% high availability you're providing to customer. Is he happy? And finally, you say that at least 1 hour in a year, 1 hour, customer will be happy for that. He'll say that 1 hour. Guys, if Google is down for 1 hour, very dangerous, right? So if you're providing for 1 hour downtime, so it is 99.99%. And finally, you say that, array customer, at least 5 minutes in a year to do some maintenance. Is that okay? Customer will say that, okay, take it. And how much percentage? 99.9999%. How much it is? 9. How many 9s are there? Once again. Hold on 1 second. Guys, there is one announcement. It's only for offline or online? Okay, so yeah. Okay, thank you. I'll talk. Thank you. Okay. So guys, there is an announcement here from lab admin. So for the lab practice, but we haven't started the labs yet, right? So just in case if you want to spend some time, you can be in the lab. But what I want to say is, once we started the lab, then you can. Okay. So we are just going with the basics only, right? Okay. Okay. And okay, hold on. So how many 9s will you give, Nana? At least how many 9s? 5 9s. So remember, customers will use this language. He will come and say, how many 9s will you give to me? Customer will come and say to you, how many 9s will you give to me? Don't say that, how many 9s are? That means he's asking my phone number. 9988. No, it is not the phone number. 5 9s meaning what? High availability percentage. So how many minimum customer will expect? 5 9s. That meaning 99.99. 9999%. Okay, Nana. See this diagram and tell me, what is this concept? See this diagram and tell me. We have learned that concept. See that from left to right and you will understand the concept. What is the concept? What? All the clients are connecting to the servers. Yes or no? In between, what is there? Huh? Load balancer. So can we say this is load balancing? All the clients, do we worry about the clients? No. So we have a load balancer. A load balancing is sending the traffic to the servers. What is this concept called? Load balancing. Super. And what is this, Nana? What concept is this? What concept is this? Excellent. Failover. What's that? If one server goes down, the client is getting connected to the another server. What is that concept called? Failover. Okay, now I'll show you this diagram. You tell me this is highly available or not. Use the concept RMF. Come from left to right. Is it highly available? Yes or no? Yes or no? Excellent. Answer is yes. So if one server goes down, the request is going to the other server. So we have a health checks. Yes. So is it highly available? Very good. Okay. Now see this diagram and tell me how many load balances are there, how many application servers are there, how many database servers are there. LB represent load balancer. Tell me how many load balancers are there. See all diagram. How many load balancers? 4 load balancers. How many application servers? 2. How many database servers? How many total servers? Total how much? 8. Okay. Now, all of a sudden, pusuk LB1 goes down. Which one? Load balancer 1 goes down. There is any impact to the customer? No. Okay. App 1 is down. Any impact to the customer? No. And unfortunately, LB1 is down, app 2 is down, LB3 down, DB2 down. Any impact to the customer? No. So no, answer is no. Your application is still working. This is the power of high availability. This is the power of what? High availability. So you should design such an architect such that if half of your application, half of your server, how many are the total? 8. Out of 8, 4 servers are down, but still application is working to your customer. This is the power of high availability. So you need to architect such a way that your application should never go down to the customer. And high availability will be a very crucial part for your entire infrastructure or architecture. Clear, Nana? Okay, now, do you see that? What is this orange color represents? Generally, orange color represent what? Our AWS only, no? Do you see AWS will be in which color? Orange color only, no? So guys, congratulations. You are seeing AWS architecture. But don't worry about this. From now onwards, we are officially entering into the AWS from tomorrow. Okay. So don't worry about this architecture. We'll be talking about this architecture in our next class. In our next class, we are now entering technically into the AWS classes. Okay, Nana? Super. And tomorrow will be super important class because we are touching the AWS now. So I would say that from tomorrow, don't miss the classes. Of course, you're not missing it, but I'm saying don't miss the classes. So take the screenshot if required. Any questions meanwhile? Azaruddin, load balancer. There is a good question. Sir, load balancer can also go down. But remember in AWS, in AWS, we'll create a load balancer which is managed by AWS. It will not never go down. Don't worry. But we'll talk on that topic later. Azharuddin. To answer your question, answer is no. It will not. Done na? Take the second one. Chitty, you understood today's topic? What are the 3 T's? Okay. What is that? Elasticity, scalability, high availability. What is elasticity? Online. What is elasticity? Increasing or decreasing the number of servers based on the demand. So how do you achieve elasticity in AWS? Using auto scaling. What is auto scaling? Scale out and then scale in. Scale out and scale in. What is scale out? Increasing. Scale in, decreasing. Elasticity short term, long term. Short term. What is elasticity also called as? Horizontal scaling. And then what is scalability? Increasing the capacity of the server is called scalability. In another word, scalability is equal to scale up, scale down. Scalability short term, long term. Long term. So scalability is also called as vertical scaling. And what is another one? High availability. What is high availability? The period of time the service is available to the customer is called high availability. If the period of time the service is not available to the customer is called downtime, right? And then what are the key 3 things that in high availability we should use? RMF. What are those RMF? Redundancy, monitoring, and failover. Redundancy meaning, can we say duplicating the application on different servers? Yes. Who is doing monitoring here? Load balancer is doing monitoring. Using health checks. Using what? Health check. Load balancer is doing the monitoring of the application or server? Application. So load balancer will expect what status code? 200 status code. Very good. And then who is doing monitoring? Load balancer is doing the one. Who is doing failover? Load balancer is doing the failover. Load balancer using what method? Round robin method. And if you want to achieve zero downtime, what is the concept that you need to implement? Auto scaling. Super. Now clear today's topic? Super. Okay. Good. So notes and all, don't worry, we'll provide. I think anytime online guys, the link might change. So please complete all your formalities. Please get in touch with Shubham. And once the batch is fixed, we'll start sharing all the notes and all. Okay, Nana? And don't miss the class tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the very important class, which is AWS terms we'll be using tomorrow. Can you give the final CC for today, please, online? With smile. Great. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the next important topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. Have a